Duke should win this game. I mean, Duke should be the favorite. Duke should be expected to win this game.
Do I think Duke is better right now in this moment of time? Yes, I do.
This is on the grand stage, and it's win or go home.
There is great hate from the Carolinas to the Dukies. You know it. I ain't mixing words. I hope we win that thing and put an end to it all.
Love, top of the key. Oh, big time.
Rebound, Carolina. And the fairy tale ride for the Tar Heels continues.
From the Hussman School of Journalism and Media at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, covering the full range of Tar Heel athletics, this is Sports Extra.
Hey, Ellen. Knock, knock.
Who's there, Zach?
Not Coach K.
Welcome to Sports Extra. I'm Ellen Campbell.
And I'm Zach Engler. Thank you for joining us. The most historic game in the UNC-Duke rivalry lived up to the hype and more as the two teams faced off in a Final Four classic Saturday night. RJ Davis carried the offensive mantle in the first half with 14 points, but Duke's 26 points in the paint put UNC down 3 at the half. The Heels stormed back as Caleb Love propelled a huge 13-0 run early in the second half to give Carolina a 6-point lead. Both teams traded blows as the game came down to the wire, but after 2 missed free throws from Mark Williams, Caleb Love stepped up and hit one of the biggest shots in Carolina history to put the dagger in Coach K's farewell tour. A couple of Love free throws made it official as UNC beats Duke 81-77 to advance to the national championship.
It was our defense. What we were doing on defensive end allowed us to get transition points, and a lot of those points of that 13 run came from running transition layups, kicking it for 3. You know, when we got stops on the defensive end and controlled that, we played better on the offensive end.
Fans who couldn't make the trip down to New Orleans still got a chance to experience a game day atmosphere. The Dean Dome was open to the public for a watch party on Saturday night for both Final Four games. Fans lined up to enter at 5:30 and stayed until it was time to go crazy. Fans rushed the court, and that was only the beginning of the celebration. Students decked out in Carolina blue rushed from every direction to converge in the center of Franklin Street. In classic Carolina fashion, fireworks were set off, fires were burned in the middle of the crowd, and students climbed on light poles and trees to get a view of the second rush in a month. It truly was a great day to be a Tar Heel.
Official evidence has come in that even Europeans know UNC is the best basketball school in North Carolina. Reporter Julia Roth has more from France.
Just steps from the Seine, the echoes of tar and heel fill a pub at 2:30 a.m. Sunday morning. Yes, there are some Coach K fans in the crowd, but their cheers fall short, just like Duke threes. It's bittersweet for UNC alums and study abroad students who aren't home to flood Franklin or sing rah-rah with their fellow Heels, but they carry the torch proudly and make their presence known. By 4:30 a.m., last call forced out both shades of blue, who took to the streets in search of another Hubert Davis-filled screen. Confused Parisians learned the true meaning of Sacre Bleu as they joined the cheers for Manic, Mondo, and Love.
My name's Nina Fisher. I'm class of 24. I'm in Paris, and the Heels just won, baby.
I'm Brianna. I'm Hope. We graduated in 2021.
No matter the hour, no matter the country, these bred and dead Heels are celebrating. I'm Julia Roth in Paris, France, reporting.
Let's go now to basketball analyst Joshua Dolgoff live in the studio to break down what led to Carolina's success against Duke. Joshua.
Ellen, UNC just keeps proving everybody wrong, knocking off Duke on the biggest stage in rivalry history. In big tournament games like this, though, guard play wins out. And Carolina showed that as RJ Davis and Caleb Love combined for 46 points, outplaying Duke's guards all night long. Davis took the reins in the first half, utilizing the pick and roll to perfection to create his own shot. Here he actually rejects the manic screen to get into the lane for the tough floater. He's also so crafty with his handle that he can take players off the dribble with his quick change of pace and get to his mid-range spots. Look at the separation he creates on Banchero as he stops on a dime to knock down the jumper. And in the second half, as he's done before, Caleb Love took over. He scored 10 points during UNC's 13-0 run. And we know it doesn't take much to get his confidence going. But what impressed me the most was his poise when driving to the rim. Not once was Caleb Love reckless. He was patient, took the smart shots, and avoided contact when needed. A couple of floaters, and then a little bit of jelly on the finger rolls. And then there was the shot heard around the world. With Baycott fouled out, Leaky Black was the ball screener as he sets a good one on Trevor Keels. Duke was going over ball screens all night, allowing Williams to drop back to stop a potential drive. But when Keels can't get around it, well, I'll let Coach Davis explain Love's next play himself.
He's always been all year one of those guys that has just been willing to, he wants that shot. He's actually looking for that shot.
As confident as ever, Love drains the clutch three over Williams to give UNC a 4-point lead with 25 seconds left. As I said before, elite guard play wins in March and April, and Caleb Love and RJ Davis delivered a legendary performance that Tar Heel fans will never forget. And now, the team is just 40 minutes away from a national championship.
Well, Josh, the Tar Heels handed Coach K his first ever NCAA loss back in 1980 and his last ever loss 42 years later. Here's some rapid Twitter reactions. We'll start with this meme that's been circling around UNC Barstool of Hubert Davis wheeling Coach 401k away to his retirement plan. And you know the Tar Heels had a good game when there are UNC alums like Theo Pinson and Nasir Little tweeting all about it. But you know they had a great game when even Duke alums, specifically Duke Natty champ Jay Williams, acknowledging it too. This UNC team is just a walking example that spite, indeed, is the most powerful emotion. Next, we'll move on to some of our starters shouting out that number 2 for being that guy on the court last night. Caleb's three-pointer in the final seconds of the game was the shot that ended Coach K's career, and he is a bad man. We'll finish out with this letter sent by UNC basketball to excuse yourself from any responsibilities tonight to celebrate this unofficial holiday. Like Reggie Bullock, I'm going to use this to get out of my late classes tonight. Zach?
Looking forward to tonight. Let's hear from Hubert Davis about Armando's ankle injury in the second half of the UNC Duke game.
Having the opportunity to play for the national championship after specifically for Armando not making the tournament his freshman year and losing in the first round last year of the NCAA tournament, I can tell you, I can read that page. He's going to play on Monday night.
Reporter Kai Hayes is in New Orleans with more of the excitement from the Big Easy.
Fans from across the country gathered right here in New Orleans to watch the Blue Bloods do what they do best. From Kansas to Villanova to North Carolina and Duke, not only was history made, but memories too.
And although beating Duke was quite amazing, fans got to experience a whole lot more.
From getting an autograph by Hall of Famer Danny Manning to meeting Gumbo the dog and participating in every collegiate sport, the Capital One Fan Fest gave all fans a day to remember.
But nothing will be more memorable than winning a third national championship here in New Orleans. From the big stage in the Big Easy, I'm Kai Hayes reporting.
Thanks, Kai. I am definitely super jealous.
Once again, for fans who couldn't travel to New Orleans, there will be a watch party in the Dean Dome. UNC students, faculty, and staff can enter at entry A with a UNC One card at 8 p.m. Beginning at 8:15, the general public can enter. Concessions and merchandise are available for purchase. And fans hope this watch party also ends with a court storming.
In addition to the team making it to the national championship game, Hubert Davis is the John McLennan National Coach of the Year. Brady Manick is the Riley Wallace Award winner as the transfer with the most impact on the court. And Roy Williams is the winner of the Gene Bartow Award for contributions to the game of college basketball.
Despite a tough loss in the Sweet 16, Carolina women's basketball has a bright future to look forward to. Reporter Marsalis Anderson has more.
Before the 2021-22 season started, UNC women's basketball coach Courtney Banghart knew she needed to make some changes.
I had to regroup and revamp the roster. I needed a little bit more versatility, speed, length, and things that were going to help us on both sides of the ball. And so I've done that. I think the roster is built in a really good way. I knew I needed the brand to be swaggy again.
The brand was indeed swaggy this season, going undefeated in non-conference play, defeating number 3 Louisville, sweeping Duke, and advancing to the Sweet 16 were all highlights of the season. Individual players also earned some awards, as sophomores Deja Kelly and Alyssa Usby earned all ACC honors for the first and second teams, respectively. Looking ahead to next season and beyond, Banghart will continue the evolution of women's basketball in North Carolina, backed by the experience of her team.
I know how much basketball means to North Carolina. I knew that. And I know how much women's basketball needs North Carolina. For me to have an opportunity to lead a program like this and to have the right people on the right stage is always gratifying.
12 of the 14 players in this season's roster are eligible to return next year, and it could be 13 depending on whether Carly Littlefield gets an extra year because of the Ivy League canceling play in 2020. This is a very young team that just made the Sweet 16. Another year of development for this group would make them extremely dangerous. Littlefield coming back would be the cherry on top in 2023.
She showed what toughness and relentlessness means, right? She showed it every day, so that now when this team continues to mature and grow, you don't forget that thing.
This season's team gave every supporter of Carolina basketball a reason to believe. I'm Marsalis Anderson reporting.
I mean, they have Deja Kelly coming back for her junior year, so I'm certain there's a lot of wins in Carolina's future.
UNC women's tennis faced the Demon Deacons on Friday at the Wake Forest Tennis Center. The Heels started off the night with 2 6-2 doubles wins. 2 Heels defeated their opponents in straight sets to lift Carolina up 3-0. Annika Yarlagata grabbed the deciding point for the Heels, and Cameron Mora finished the night with a 3-set win to give UNC the final 5-2 victory. On Sunday, the Tar Heels traveled to battle the second-ranked NC State team. Although the Heels lost the doubles point, fourth singles Fiona Crawley forced their opponent to run, which made it impossible for her to stay in the match. With State and Carolina tied 3-3, Elizabeth Scotty won 6-1 in the third set to clinch the team win. The Tar Heels remain undefeated and will be back in Chapel Hill on Friday to face Clemson.
The men's tennis team started off senior weekend on Friday, hosting Clemson at the Chapel Hill Tennis Club. The Heels took the doubles point, and shots like this beautiful slice by Brian Cernock or this comeback forehand by Peter Murphy are prime examples of the top performance from the men's team, which got its 4th straight win and shut out Clemson 7-0. Looking for a 5th straight win, Carolina hosted Georgia Tech Sunday for senior weekend. The Heels easily won the doubles point. Both seniors Benjamin Sigwin and Brian Cernock won their singles matches quickly, and the Heels didn't stop there, rolling to a convincing 7-0 win. The Tar Heels will travel to Winston-Salem Friday to face Wake Forest.
The number 1 ranked women's lacrosse team faced Notre Dame in a matchup at Dorrance Field on Saturday. In the first period of the game, there was a battle between the goalies, but with 3 minutes to go, Carolina broke the silence with this goal by Scotty Rose Growney. The team cranked up the heat in the third period, going on a 7-0 run, featuring 3 goals by superstar Jamie Ortega. With 7 different players scoring goals, UNC defeated the Fighting Irish 15-7. Goalie Taylor Moreno, the rock of the Carolina defense, spoke out about the team's shared mentality during the first period.
One of those things that we try to focus on is even if our offense isn't necessarily putting the ball in the back of the net off the bat, for us as a defensive unit, we can kind of support them and give them the confidence to continue to keep shooting.
The Heels are set to play Syracuse again later this week. UNC basketball wasn't the only sport to face Duke on Saturday. The men's lacrosse team hosted the Blue Devils at Dorrance. UNC got punched in the mouth, and instead of fighting back, the Heels got knocked out. The game started off with 3 straight goals from Duke's Brennan O'Neill, putting the Heels in a hole early. Duke scored 4 goals before Henry Schertziner put the Tar Heels on the board. Carolina never even got close, falling 15-6.
In a bit of better news, on Saturday, the women's rowing team dominated a double duel against Boston College and George Washington. The Tar Heels beat Boston College in 3 events and took 3 more wins against GW. Next Saturday, the Tar Heels will co-host the Lake Wheeler Invitational.
The men's soccer team hosted Georgetown in a friendly ahead of next week's Spring Soccer Cup. The Heels finished the preseason undefeated with a 2-1 win against Georgetown. After a tough first half, Georgetown took the lead with this header. Carolina came back within 4 minutes. Milo Garvanian hit the back of the net, and Key White scored what would be the match winner. The team is headed to Winston-Salem to compete in the Spring Cup.
The Diamond Heels had been perfect at the Bosch this season until suffering losses to Virginia Tech in the first 2 games of the weekend series. On Friday, UNC just couldn't seem to get into a rhythm on offense, and paired with inconsistent Carolina pitching, the Hokies were able to earn the 12-1 victory. The Virginia Tech offensive power remained a problem for the Heels on Saturday as UNC lost game to 2, 7-3, which cost the Diamond Heels back-to-back ACC series losses. In Game 3, catcher Eric Grins hit this home run in the 5th to make it 7-5. That was his first home run as a Tar Heel. Then moving into the 6th, Mac Horvath would absolutely obliterate this ball to left field for a 2-run home run, making it 9-5 and putting the Tar Heels up for good. In the 9th, it was pitcher Brandon Schaefer who shut the door and snagged a comebacker, turning this double play to end the game and giving the Heels a 10-6 win. This weekend, the UNC softball team played in a 3-game series against number 18 Clemson. It did not go too well, as the Heels fell 12-4 in Game 1 and in Game 3. They split that with a 7-0 loss in Game 2, and the Heels will look to bounce back on Wednesday when they face Charlotte.
The newly formed UNC Women's Club handball team is sending 2 athletes and 1 alternate with the junior national team to Mexico City this week. Reporter Gus Andrews has more.
Hannah Perkins and Rebecca Gonzalez are in Mexico to compete in the continental qualifiers for the Junior World Handball Championships, while Haley Patterson serves as an alternate. Despite their prominent selection, all 3 are new to the sport, having started playing just last semester.
I haven't been playing that long, so I guess to kind of learn and see what an actual international stage is like. I've seen so many YouTube videos and, just videos on social media of people actually playing on these big stages, so I think it'd just be really cool to experience that.
It hasn't all been a dream, though, and Rebecca Gonzalez feels the pressure to perform for her teammates.
I mean, I'm still not, like really high level or anything, so that's why it's kind of intimidating going to this whole Mexico thing. I'm playing with all these girls who are really good because I don't want to, disappoint them or anything, so that's why I really want to work hard to try to improve as much as I can before the games.
The team hosted training camps last week, and the tournament started on Sunday. If Team USA finishes in the top 2 spots, the team will earn a bid to the World Championships in Slovenia this summer. I'm Gus Andrews, reporting.
Well, Ellen, I was with you on Saturday night. We went through that roller coaster of emotions together for the Duke game. Do you think it's going to be similar tonight? What are the thoughts? What are the feelings?
Honestly, I expect nothing less than what we saw on Saturday, and I absolutely am so excited to watch this game with you.
I do not know if I can take that again. Well, that does it for this edition of Sports Extra.
We'll be back on Friday with a preview of another exciting weekend of Carolina athletics. Go Heels!